my lovely peeps. How is everybody doing? My best friends, my universal world of me and you. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Today we are going to do a little bit more facts about me, but this is going to be 5 embarrassing moments in high school. Obviously I graduated, but you know, I have embarrassing moments and embarrassing memories that will stick to me for life. Okay, so jumping right into it, I'm just going to say first on my list is when I was about a sophomore in high school. I was attending this school, a vocational school. It's called Monmouth County Career Center. Anyways, when I joined that school, I believe my sophomore year, I was taking a floral class. And during that time, my teacher, she sent me to this classroom called Materials Handling, I believe, to grab more gloves. Because, you know, that class had like all of the materials and the supplies that we needed for other classes. Materials handling. So, when I went to that class, I just remembered something. I forgot to do my intro. Since you clicked onto this video, you have walked in the arena of Melody Marie's channel. Okay, anyways, back to the story. When I went to the class, mostly like in the classroom, it was a lot of guys in there. Not intimidating because I was always a tomboy anyway, so guys didn't really intimidate me that much, but you girls know how it is when you're walking into a room of guys. We all know how that goes. Anyways, when I walked into the classroom, you know, I asked the teacher if if he had gloves, and he said, yeah, they're just located in the back. Cool. I don't even know what that means, but okay. Let me go find it. There was this thing, I don't know what you can call it, but it was like a wooden board and it had wheels on the bottom and a handle. It was really long and you could push it. Me, I didn't know it was behind me and I wasn't paying attention. I went to go turn and my front leg hit the wood, okay? I fall over. All you can see is just my butt. And it was embarrassing because when I turned around, the entire class was staring at me, bending over, and pretty much I fell in front of all those guys. So that was my first embarrassing moment on the list. And to add more to the embarrassment, one of the boys that were in the class, he rode the same bus as me. And then when he saw me, he started laughing, and then he was like, you know what? When you fell, all the guys was looking at your ASS. I was even more embarrassed, but I was like, you know what? I should just take it as a compliment. Alrighty, second on my list is freshman year. For some odd reason, in gym class, our teachers decided that we should do square dancing as, I guess, an objective for gym class. And if you don't know what square dancing is, I'll probably just leave a picture right here. I can't really explain what it is because it's not my criteria. I don't know anything about it. But they decided that we should learn square dancing in gym class, and for the marking period, that was going to be a big, like, test, I guess you want to call it, a part of our grade type thing, end of the marking period thing. When we had to do the big test, everyone one by one had to get up and dance in front of the rest of the gym class and perform their dance. So far we were doing good. And then out of nowhere, I don't know how, everything just got mixed up. And me trying to find, because you have a group but you also have a dance partner. So I kind of like lost my dance partner and I was reaching out to get him, and then I tripped over somebody's shoe and I fall and rumble, and I just swoop right back up. Like seconds I got back up. it was too late. Everyone saw it. People, all the other students that were watching us was already laughing. I wasn't even embarrassed after that. I was like, you know what? I made everyone laugh for today. And we just kept going and we passed. Thank God we passed. Alrighty, and third on my list. This one was probably the most embarrassing for me. I'm gonna say this one was the most embarrassing. Because this one, my teacher kind of put me on the spot. Okay, so long story short, if you guys don't already know that I still am, but I grew up in the suburbs, even through middle school, elementary school, and high school. And growing up in the suburbs, and I wasn't really, my parents wasn't really middle class. We were pretty much, I'm gonna say poor. We struggled a lot because, like I said in my other video, I have 12 brothers and sisters, and we can't afford most of what everyone else can have in the suburbs. My generation, they started upgrading on things, and so like we would take like quizzes, or we will do contests, or games, I want to call it, on cell phones. Remind you, I have 12 brothers and sisters. My parents can't afford 12 different cell phones. As a matter of fact, iPhones. So my teacher said, everyone pull out your iPhones because that's what we're going to use to play this group game. I didn't have an iPhone, and neither did my other partner. So we just sat there because we didn't know what else to do. And so she noticed that we wasn't participating, and she's like, why aren't you participating? And we were too embarrassed to say that we didn't have iPhones. And she was like, what, you don't have a phone? And we said no. And then she was like, well, then get up and go partner with somebody who has a phone. So she made us stand up in front of all these other students who were staring at us, putting us on spot that we didn't have a cell phone like everybody else, and made us sit with other students. So when we sat down, I was already infuriated, and now I'm a lot more calm person, but in high school, I was not a calm person. So when I sat down, I started flipping out, but it was to myself. I'm like, I said, I have 12 brothers and sisters. How do you expect me to have an iPhone? I said, I'm sorry, not everybody in this generation have a freaking iPhone. And then another girl that was sitting next to me, she found humor in my frustration, and she just started laughing about it. That was the most embarrassing moment for me. The most embarrassing moment. Moving on from that, fourth on my list is that this is kind of funny and a little bit embarrassing. It's a little bit embarrassing for me. No one else noticed, but I was embarrassed. I sat in a classroom. Let me just let that go. Okay. I believe this was, sophomore, junior year, I'm not sure. It was the first day of school, and I went to a classroom which I thought was driver's ed, but it ended up being economics. Didn't know that when I first got into the classroom, sat down. She took my attendance, but I wasn't on the list, but she decided to keep me anyways, and we started doing work. And the work that we were doing was economics, and I still did not catch on. I thought that I was still in a driver's ed class, and I sat there for 80 minutes. 80 minutes. I sat in that class thinking that it was driver's ed. And then when the bell finally rang, I'm like, not one time did we talk about cars. I looked at my schedule, I'm like, oh my god, I wasn't even in driver's ed. I was in an economics class. Okay, last but not least, number 5 on my list. Oh, my ring is cute. This one's funny. I coughed. And have you ever coughed so hard to the point you fart? That's what happened to me. I was sitting in a class, I believe it was history, and I was in resource classes, meaning that I learn at a slower pace than the average, you want to call it. And the class had about 11 kids in it, okay? I coughed really hard and farted. And then the kid behind me kind of knew that I farted, but I played it off. I'm like, I look behind me like he did it, but I knew it was me. And that is probably it. It was a little embarrassing, but at the same time, it's kind of funny. Oops. It's kind of funny when you think about it though, because like, it's not embarrassing. It happens. Everyone farts. I believe that is it for 5 embarrassing high school moments or memories, you want to call it. I should do like 5 good moments in high school. I don't know. Maybe I should figure that out on my own. You guys should definitely comment below, and if you want to see 5 good memories about me in high school, go ahead and do it. But that is pretty much it for this video. If you like it, obviously you can give it a thumbs up, and if you like me, you can subscribe to my channel. And also, if you want to see more of me, you can go follow my social medias, which is my Instagram and my Snapchat. And also, don't forget to hit the little notification bell displayed here if you want to get notifications on every recent uploaded video of me. Alright guys, that is it, and I hope you have a safe, blessing day, and I will see you next time.